John. Looks like he's just a pretty standard blue-black deck.
Got some solids. Oh,
Solids.
Tezzeret. He's playing Tezzeret.
Oh, Tezzeret. I didn't even see that down there.
Yeah, he's playing Tezzeret, not blue-black control.
Interesting.
Main deck, Nihil Spell Bombs, Ratchet Bomb.
4 Ratchet Bomb. Despise main deck, which is an interesting choice. Don't see all the blue-black decks playing that.
Yeah.
But
Yep, so Chris leads off with Island Swamp. John has Drowned Catacombs. Now, John isn't quite like a lot of Tezzeret decks where they go all in on an artifact strategy. His artifacts are Nihil Spell Bomb, Ratchet Bomb, Batter Skull, Sword of Feast and Famine, Spell Sky, Wurmcoil, and Solemn, so no Sphere of the Suns or anything.
Right, it's going to be really interesting to see how well he can utilize that Tezzeret. Because it seems like a good amount of the time he won't have an artifact to power up.
So John plays Inkmob Nexus. Chris goes End Step, Think Twice, untaps Glacial Fortress, pass back. John draws a Solemn, going to play land number 3 here.
Looks like John has a couple mana leaks in hand, so expect this to be a little more drawn out of a game. So John casts Despise on Chris. He's a Revoke Existence, Oblivion Ring, Mana Leak, Think Twice, Negate, and another Glacial Fortress. So Chris is all set with his lands right now. He can cast every spell in his hand. And if you're John, I'm not sure what you take here. It really depends on your hand. Maybe the O-Ring to protect your Tezzeret, maybe the Negate to protect your Tezzeret. Except that was a Despise and not an Inquisition of Kozilek like I thought it was, so he whiffs on that rather.
Yeah. Despise does not seem so good in this matchup. I was kind of surprised he left it in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's only 10 targets. And a lot of them, I mean, you can trade 1 for 1, but, you know, trading with, like, a Sun Titan out of a control deck isn't that exciting. Right. Because they have a lot of ways to go over the top late game.
Exactly. I mean, when the turn comes where they want to cast a big spell, they're probably going to have that big spell.
Oh, it looks like John missed his 4th land drop.
Ooh.
All right, so John's going to dissipate Chris's End Step, Think Twice.
That's an interesting choice because now you're just letting Chris untap with potentially 5 mana. Maybe cast something like a Liliana of the Veil. And
we'll see if Chris decides to Mana Leak back.
Also has a Negate in his hand, so he's well stocked on counters, and he does negate it.
Yeah, because, I mean, you're trading that Negate for 2 mystery cards.
Right.
Now, depending on where you're on the game, that could be very good or very bad. I don't know if I would have countered there. I usually let them just counter my Think Twices, but if you think you're going to need the cards, I certainly can't blame Chris for doing so.
Right.
Now, Chris got a fully stocked hand, but he also misses his land drop. Nobody plays enough lands these days after Zendikar rotated.
Especially with Think Twice in the format in your deck.
Seriously,
right,
play more lands.
Spellskite comes down for John. Another card that doesn't seem like it's going to do that much in this matchup. It can be targeted by O-Ring and Doomblade, and that's about it.
Yeah, I wonder if he left them in just because he needs critical, massive artifacts for his Tezzeret.
Probably. It doesn't have Defender. Despite having 0 power, no Defender. So it eats a Doomblade here. Yep. Oh, and here's the 5th land. Chris slams it down.
Slams it down, ships the turn.
Yeah.
Land 5, pass.
And John also gets his land 4.
All right.
With
now
the Tezzeret.
He could cast Tezzeret if he wanted to.
I don't think we'll see that. He knows Chris's hand. He knows Chris has a Mana Leak. Throwing that in there when essentially you're just battling for lands doesn't seem smart.
Yeah, you want to wait until you have a window to cast that Tezzeret and do something big.
Though if he has 2, we might... Okay, so he runs it out there anyway. And I'm sure we'll see Chris counter this here.
Chris even has a Snapcaster Mage to hit the Mana Leak.
Yeah. Though maybe his plan will just be Snapcaster to harry that Tezzeret. We'll see. Oh, yeah, it comes into play. Wow. Chris taking a very unusual line here.
Brett Erickson asked on Twitter if Chris VanMeter is wearing a wig. The answer is yes. He said on his Twitter account today things were going to get a little hairy, and this is what he meant. A little bit of the Halloween spirit.
Yeah, let's hope we can get a little face shot of Chris here.
Please flash it back. Just think twice. Yeah.
There it is. Wow, I like it. I like the style.
Yeah.
Maybe I can borrow that one for Sunday. So Celestial Purge is why Chris didn't counter that, it looks like.
Yeah, he just purges away that Tezzeret. Bam!
And there's a Wurmcoil, and that's going to be...
I hear you like artifacts. John rips Liliana.
And that deals with half of the Wurmcoil, but that's not going to do it, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, if you play Liliana, you kill half the Wurmcoil engine, and then you're still far behind in the 6 power of tokens, and Chris has a bunch of cards in his hand.
Right, one of which you know is a Mana Leak. So I'm not sure what his plan's going to be here. Tribute to Hunger is a good answer to Wormcoil if he boarded that one in. But nothing else in his deck efficiently deals with that.
And there's Solemn Simulacrum, so John can ramp up to a 5th land.
Yep, that's probably the best play he has because it doesn't give him tokens and it preserves his life total here. Gets him to 5 lands, so hopefully he can cast a spell and have it be out of Mana Leak range. Chris untaps.
Still find a way to beat Wormcoil plus all the cards in Chris's hands.
Right.
It's going to be hard. I think, is that a Revoke Existence peeking out in Chris's hands?
I think it is. I think we saw that when he despised.
Yeah.
So, Chris also has a Ghost Quarter, which is going to make it tough to even chump block with that Inkmoth Nexus.
Yeah, can't get any value there.
Yeah,
so, serves in with Wormcoil. John just throws that Solemn under the bus.
Instantly blocks.
Yep.
Really happy he was given the opportunity. And now Chris has all his mana at his disposal, 7 lands in play, with a full grip, including Snapcaster, so he's confident in just saying go.
I always love it when they're like, yeah, okay, I'll let you kill your Solemn. It's like, yes,
Yep.
finally get the opportunity to do this.
Yep. And John's in a tight spot. He's eyeing the Liliana, eyeing the Snapcaster, trying to figure out how he can deal with that Wormcoil engine.
I mean, John's got a lot of stuff in his hand. He's got Mana Leak, so he's got counter magic. The problem is, though, he's got to deal with the Wormcoil engine on the board. Alright, so down comes Liliana, which I imagine is just going to -2 and split up that Wormcoil.
I'm sure it is, yeah. Deal with half of it.
Yeah.
And Chris has all the options in the world. He has a lot of ways to deal with that. We'll see what he chooses. I imagine he'll just go for Mana Leak here.
If he even thinks he needs to.
Right.
I mean, once again, you're just going to get 2 tokens. One of them is going to serve at Liliana.
Exactly.
So, I mean, is it really that bad if he splits up your Wormcoil engine?
Not too bad, especially if he's seen a lot of John's deck. If he knows John doesn't have a mass removal spell, that can efficiently kill those tokens.
Alright, looks like he's going to go for the Mana Leak.
Yep. And there it is.
Does Mana Leak it. And just with John hamstringed on mana, I kind of like saving Mana Leak there, but John negates the Mana Leak.
Yep. And now I imagine Chris will let this resolve. I don't think he'll use his Snapcaster to flash that back.
It seems like a waste.
Yeah, it seems like you always want to keep one counterspell in reserve, but Chris is gonna do his own thing. He's gonna Snapcaster the Mana Leak.
Feels like he's committed here.
Yep. So flashes back negate on it for the counter war, and yeah, it does seem a little odd.
I mean, just once again with John hamstringed on mana, losing that engine doesn't seem big to me. I still think Chris is in a dominating position by far.
Definitely.
I don't know if I like that play.
I mean, John's
yeah.
at 12 right now and facing down 8 power, so he has only a couple turns to do something real big here.
Draws Nihil Spellbomb, not quite what he was looking for.
Oh, I bet you why Chris countered that is because John has Ratchet Bomb in his deck. He doesn't have it in his hand, but I'm sure he's seen it in the first 2 games. The Ratchet Bomb efficiently kills those tokens.
I guess even then you can still flashback. You're in a gate and hit the Ratchet Bomb,
yeah,
right?
True.
And then you force him to spend his Ratchet Bomb. Alright, so Nihil Spellbomb. It's going to come down for his...
A turn late.
Yeah. Turn late, a day short.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, there's the Spellbomb.
And we'll see what he does with it. If he pops it right away or if he just holds it.
Alex Varno on Twitter asks about the Celestial Purge in Chris's graveyard.
It is,
And
yeah.
the answer is yes, it is. He purged away Tezzeret earlier.
Let's see what we have here. And now he's... Looks like he's about to say go. Yeah, he says go.
1, 2, think twice.
And I'm sure we'll see a flashback. Okay, so Snapcaster.
Is he going to fight over think twice?
That seems really strange.
Wow, I don't like that at all.
I guess if his plan was to just chump with that Snapcaster or trade with the other Snapcaster.
I guess you get some value.
Yeah, but that still seems... I'm not sure what John's plan is here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how he gets himself out of the situation. Maybe that's what he's thinking. But.
Right, he really just doesn't have any answers to that Wormcoil. He has his own Wormcoil to block, and that might be it.
But in that case, I just want to crack the Nihil Spellbomb and draw a card.
Right.
Like, I really thought drawing that card was important for John here.
Yeah, even just to hit a land for his 6th land for something like that Wormcoil. So
Exactly.
yeah, Snapcaster's trade. John's going to fall to 6. Now, I don't like that because he's still on a 1-turn clock.
Yeah, it doesn't really change anything.
And Chris just says go, content to let John make the first move here. like he has to do.
Draws Dark Slick Shores for his 6th land.
And there's where those Scars lands are a little awkward.
Yeah, they're still really good though.
Yeah. So I'd probably see John crack a Spellbomb here. Because I don't think he has anything to really fight that Worm Coil. He has a Tezzeret in his hand, but that's just going to chump block.
The old block. the old block from that Hell Spellbomb before damage crack to get your graveyard.
The classic. But it doesn't look like that's what he's going to do here. Thing is, though, I'm not sure how he can stay alive otherwise.
Spellbomb number 2 ships.
So his plan is to chump block with that Nexus, I think.
Time in the round.
But he has a Ghost Quarter on board.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what he's going to do here.
And are we missing a Snapcaster Mage in his hand or something to block?
I think that's probably what it has to be because he's just dead on board otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, that Ghost Quarter for CVM.
Either way, Chris could play the rest of this game blindfolded and still win. I'm sure it'll be wrapped up in a couple turns regardless here.
Chris Gesservin Alchemy.
Yep.
Gonna dig to find. Look, he sees. Is that Elish Norn? Oh goodness, that's a nice one.
Yep.
Who needs Ghost Quarter on Inkmob Nexus when you can just play Elish Norn?
Exactly. And yeah, that's what it looks like he's gonna take here. Gonna do something cool under the camera before the match is over.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't cast it now if he doesn't have an 8th land.
No.
If he has an 8th land, I'd just play it.
Right, then John literally, yeah, and there's a chapel.
Yeah, and then just keep the Ghost Quarter up, cast Elish Norn, and you should be in pretty good shape. I mean, I guess he can still Snapcaster to block. He just attacks. I think Chris might even have a counter magic in his hand. All right,
Yeah.
Ghost Quarter it.
And that should be the handshake.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's it. Yeah,
there it is.
Didn't have anything for that.
Yeah, once Worm Coil comes down, a deck like Blue Black just, or Solar Flare just, yeah, they can't do much against it.